Hey everybody, Al Puglisi Trains, and I'm in the Al Cockamobile today. Howard's in a regular chair. How you doing, Howard?
Always fun.
Behind us is Andre, way in the back there. The reason we're doing this episode is we saw a PFM mallet, a 2662, that I fell in love with back around 1977 when I was first getting into model railroading. One of my mentors, Artie Weinsdorfer, modeled the Sierra Railroad, and he bought a PFM Sierra number 36 mallet, which was like a logging mallet, and Howard had that locomotive on his layout under the Weyerhaeuser signature. So let's talk to Howard and get some history behind these locomotives. All right, Howard, let's talk about these engines. And let me show the folks first.
Show the engines here.
Yes.
Up around the...
And folks, I just about passed out because the one here, the black one, was a dead ringer for the one I remember back when I was 17, back in 1977. Artie Weinsdorfer had this, and it was number 38 of the Sierra Railroad. And I remember it was a PFM model, and he had weathered his beautifully with float wheel paints and an airbrush. And I'm 17, and it blew my mind. And I know that the Weyerhaeuser, I think, ran these things on the West Coast up in Oregon and Washington, but I've been told. And then Howard said, well, he's got a 0660, which is very similar. And boy, look at that. That's beautiful. That's more of like a light gray paint job, this one here. And let Howard talk about these beautiful brass imports. Tell us about them, Howard.
Well, the Sierra was model railroading back in the 60s. Everybody tried to upgrade up to a Sierra. If you had a Sierra, man, you had Charlie potatoes. That was quite a thing. I even had one then.
Right.
And they're worth a lot more than the current street value on their quality and fidelity to detail. But the value was down because there were so many produced over the years.
Oh, I didn't know
now,
that.
The last run was for the Weyerhaeuser Timber Company. Mm-hmm. First was the model was made for the Sierra Railroad,
okay,
which was number 38.
Okay.
And the last run, even though this is painted for Weyerhaeuser, it's not correct because the last run would have a can motor, which this does, but that was added. It would have a cap around the stack,
okay,
or a spark arrestor, which would catch the sparks so as not to set the woods on fire. Okay, now this over here started life as a Sierra, but for those folks like myself that got into the hobby due to the John Allen wonderful photograph of the roundhouse as you come down the stairs, the first thing you see is the roundhouse was this remanufactured Sierra, which was made into an 0660.
Oh, wow.
So Jan Willer did the conversion. I had nothing to do with these except sign the checks. Mm-hmm. But I'm glad I did because this is beautiful. Now you can see the difference, how Jan shortened the pilot deck here versus this here. And of course removed the trailing truck and removed the pony truck.
Oh my
Everything
goodness.
else is the same. Of course all electronics were upgraded. Mm-hmm. This has a firebox light, cab lights, front and back lights and whatever.
Front and back's got,
of course, sound, yeah.
DCC sound.
Oh yeah, that's to be.
They've got current keepers in them, and we're going to run these shortly. They do sound beautiful.
Now these are popular because in the early days of the '60s, I shouldn't say early because that was the heyday, really. Heyday for my time. Times have passed. This locomotive was large for its day and would also take an 18-inch radius.
Wow.
Because it's an 0660.
Wow.
That's why it was so popular. I think the mean radius, I should say mean, but that's correct actually. The typical radius would be better, was 24 inches.
Right.
In those days. Now it's up to about a 30, 28 or a 30.
Right.
So even though this would take an 18-inch radius, I might question the aesthetics.
Right. Well.
But then again, it's model railroading.
Yeah. These
things are built like tanks. Atlas built them for United, and they'll run forever as long as you maintain them, meaning lubrication, and don't abuse them.
And they're made in Japan.
Yes.
Wow. Just
I think the last one was somewhere in the 70s. The first one was in the early 60s.
Yeah.
But it might have even gone back to the late 50s.
Wow.
You know, I used to know all this stuff being a brass dealer, but I'm 86, or I'll be 86 next month. And I can't remember much.
Well, you remember an awful lot. All I know is I remember number 38, and when I saw this thing, Andre must have taken it out of a cabinet or something.
Well,
I
this
was
one
like,
over here, the 0660, obviously is a private road.
man.
This one is painted correctly for the Weyerhaeuser, except if it were the Weyerhaeuser, it would have the spark arrestor.
Spark arrestor.
That's everything else is the same. Wow.
Well, folks, let's run these trains so you can see them run
They'll run forever.
on the layout. Well, Howard, I really appreciate it. And we're going to be doing a lot more of this, folks, with geared locomotives and all the brass. And this is just the tip of the iceberg.
How many layouts, Andrew? How many brass locomotives did we find down here? I forgot.
I dare say 299.
299.
And those were just
Those are all
steam.
those are all DCC.
Yeah.
just
Those
the
are what we
steam.
have upstairs.
So,
you know, I never claimed my possum was fully baked.
right.
So it's about I'm an accumulator.
Yeah, that's good, man. And, you know, I remember when I left the body shop to do this, some of the guys were like, oh, you're going to run out of material in about a couple of weeks. I said, I don't think so. I don't think so.
No. Well, after this layout, you guys, this is your layout now. You can have fun. You have complete license to do what the hell you want to do. Because I can't get down here that much. Plus, I got so much work upstairs.
Yeah, well, guys, I appreciate the interview, and let's pause it, get these on the track, and it will be an episode of Andre Runs, both these articulators. What do you say, Andre?
Let's get it going.
All right, let's go.
The water's going to be right up here. Wait 1
Yeah.
second.
That's called the 050, folks, when you use a hand to position it. But I'm so excited. This thing is so good looking. And Andre is our engineer. This will be Andre Runs.
Yeah, this is exciting because I'm a big fan of the lumber railroads. And
Right.
when I saw the Weyerhaeuser, I had to pull it out, and it sat in Garen for a while. And I'm glad you guys decided to talk about it because I knew nothing about these West Coast locomotives.
Well, let's blow the whistle and go on a journey. Let's rock and roll.
It got the great sound of
It really does.
twin steam.
Hit that whistle again. Man. Just beautiful. And we're taking them on short runs just so you can see them, folks.
I had to say it's probably been 5 years at least since this one was run.
Well, these things ran well when they came out, and they're not that temperamental. They're great locomotives, which is part of the appeal. Look at that as it goes over Albright. My God, what a scene. Beautiful. Alrighty, and we're gonna go get the other one and run the other one for you. So sit tight. You know, folks, rather than pause this and go get the other one, we're gonna run it backwards for you. It's a beautiful scene here. It stopped at the inn, and we got some people. Hey, let's check out the locomotive. Let's go backwards and take it back, Andre. One of the first Andre runs backwards. It's just such it's a reverse run, but such a beautiful locomotive, folks. I just wanted to. Why are we going to pause it and go get the other one? Let's just run it backwards. going to slow her down at the station and stop her at the station, and we'll go get the other one. It's a beautiful station here. All right, and let's go get the Weyerhaeuser version of this. All right, Andre, you've got this one dialed up.
We do.
Let's hear the whistle.
A little different sound.
Oh yeah. All right, let's watch her go on a little ride here.
Beautiful.
Wow. Yeah, that's okay. You keep it real. Folks, thanks for watching this. If you like what you see, please subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost anything. You don't get emails, you don't get junk mail. The more subscribers, the more it helps the channel grow. The more YouTube pushes out the videos. Just hit the subscribe button and you get notified when we post new videos. So it's very important. And again, it costs absolutely nothing to subscribe. Thanks so much for watching another episode of Andre Runs.